Hey guys, this is Peter Kahn of the Fight Guys and a Forbes boxing contributor. I want to talk about Canelo Alvarez versus Jaime Munguia and why all of that talk of a fight in September is a smokescreen to force the hand of the real target. Over the past couple of weeks, there has been a lot of speculation as to who Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin will fight in the fall. Obviously, a third fight to complete the Canelo versus Golovkin trilogy would bring closure to both fighters and fans alike. In addition, a Golovkin win could trigger the need for a fourth and final fight as well. All of these scenarios are a win for DAZN, who has exclusive distribution rights with both fighters. With that being said, based on a recent tweet by The Athletic's Mike Coppinger, DAZN has only approved two opponents for Canelo's next fight, being WBO light heavyweight champion Sergey Kovalev and Golovkin. The reason this is of interest is that it was also recently reported that Golden Boy Promotions made an offer to current WBO junior middleweight champion Jaime Munguia to fight Canelo. In light of DAZN only approving Kovalev and Golovkin for Canelo, it can be surmised that all this talk about Canelo fighting Munguia was a way to bring Kovalev back to the negotiating table, considering negotiations could have stalled with the report that Golden Boy had moved on to Munguia as a new option. According to a tweet a week ago from DAZN analyst Chris Mannix, Golden Boy Promotions made an offer for Sergey Kovalev to defend his light heavyweight title in September. Without saying who the offer was for, it can be assumed that it was for Canelo, and apparently Kovalev felt the offer was too low. Cut to just a few hours after Coppinger's tweet expressing that Munguia wasn't even approved for Canelo, it seems that Kovalev just received a better offer to lock in this fight. What's more interesting is that the Munguia conversation has now shifted toward Golovkin, which could also take place in the fall, most likely October 19th in Los Angeles. While many felt that Munguia won a controversial decision against Dennis Hogan in April, there has always been whispers that Munguia wasn't long for the junior middleweight division and that a move to middleweight was inevitable. Look, obviously DAZN wants to keep everything in-house. Munguia had no choice but to fight Hogan, who was the mandatory challenger when they fought and can now look to earn a big payday against Golovkin. The one thing that is still not only perplexing to me, but to all boxing fans, is why is Demetrius Andrade not in this conversation? Andrade is also part of the DAZN family and would welcome a fight with Canelo and Golovkin. I'm confident he wouldn't mind fighting Munguia either. The Fight Guys caught up with Andrade recently at home in Rhode Island as he talked about all the topics, including expressing he felt Munguia was beat up against Hogan. You can actually find that video on our channel. The bottom line is as follows. Everything we've read and that has been reported over the past week seems to have been one big smokescreen, well crafted and orchestrated to get Kovalev back in the picture, to bring him to the table. While it might not have been reported, sources close to the negotiation have told me that the original offer to Kovalev was $4 million. The same sources have indicated that Daniel Jacobs received $12 million for his fight with Canelo. So one can understand why Kovalev, a multi-time world champion, was less than thrilled with the initial offer. As the middle of July is rapidly approaching, and now the new monkey wrench with Canelo being ordered to fight Demetrenko in the IBF as a mandatory, all of these pieces will be falling into place very shortly. For what it's worth, I like Canelo versus Kovalev. I like seeing Canelo challenging himself and pushing his limits with weight classes. There will still be plenty of time to make some of the other fights. In the meantime, look for Canelo versus Kovalev to be confirmed shortly. Once again, we appreciate you listening. I appreciate listening. Don't forget to subscribe to the Fight Guys. Leave some comments. We love to hear from everyone.